Public art is art for everyone. When you have art that's outdoors, perhaps in front of a building or in a park, something along those lines, you get a certain group of people who may not be that same group of people that would go into a museum or go into a gallery. And these people have an opportunity to, experience a piece of art. And through my lifetime of creating artwork that goes outdoors, I've had fabulous experiences hearing back from people that got an opportunity to interact with the work that they might not have had that opportunity.
The experience that I had at your studio was an amazing one because I'm in publishing and I don't have the opportunity to work with my hands very often. So I enjoyed using the hammer and the instruction and making a piece of community art because I think art is so important. So it was putting a little piece of me into something that I'm going to be seeing for years.
The human connection is what occurs. And I would say it's almost a random connection that may be unexpected, but quite delightful. One time I received a 3-page letter from a perfect stranger who would visit a park every day to see this piece and to discover something new in the artwork.
This wonderful sculpture, Sacred Sunset Spiral, I was kind of on the fence about it, right? And I was just like, I like it, and then it just totally just took on a whole mind of its own and warmed up, and it just kind of sculpted its way into becoming a piece of the office. So, it adds character and it brings prestige. It's something other than the ordinary.
Coming to the studio for me was a great experience. I'm very interested in art. I've never had the opportunity before to do any metalworking, so that was a completely new experience for me. I loved it. So the thought of the tree being installed and actually being able to go there is just mind-blowing, that I'll be able to see this incredibly beautiful piece of art not very far from our house that we were able to contribute to. And I can just imagine the leaves, like the little tingle of the leaves, and looking to see which ones I made and looking which ones maybe flow or move with the air better, so that next time I do this, I can make even better leaves.
What I get out of the experience of working with people from the community is I get the joy and delight that they get, and it becomes almost contagious. Because here are these people who may sit at a desk working at a computer all day long, or whatever their job is, right? And they have an opportunity to come in and work with their hands. And I get to see their delight. I get to see their wonder. And I get to see how special it is, what I take for granted, what I do every day.
I think I saw it 5 years ago, and I was just like, I love it. And then it went on the belt line, and it looked as though I couldn't get it. It seemed so far off, and then somehow we made it work 5 years later. I love it, and I am happy every day that I drive in. I think I look at the sculpture before I look at the building. And I'll tell you, the biggest thing is love. Because I could have had this in my backyard and then a select few people could see it. But I talked to a friend of mine and we were talking about when I was thinking about purchasing it. And we talked about the fact that we could have public art. And really, I'm an art collector, so I have many pieces I've collected. But this is one of my favorites, right? And I get to share the love I have for this work and the person who created it, which is you, with the world. So people get to walk by and know that I care about them, that I want to share this love of art, this love of beauty with them. It shows to me that this piece belongs to the community.
My family was from New York City, and I had an opportunity to go to New York every summer, different times throughout the year. And my impression as a young child was there was just art everywhere. There was art in museums, but there was so much art just in the street. And it creates this cosmopolitan type of city. And to have a city like Atlanta, which is growing, bursting at the seams, growing, to have the ability to have art in front of buildings and to have art inside of buildings, public spaces that people get an opportunity to interact with that work, is really special. And there's something that's really special about that, which we don't know what that will cultivate for the next generation. We get to enjoy that every day ourselves, being able to live with art. And so what we get the opportunity to do by putting art outdoors is we get to cultivate the next generation and have them grow up living in a metropolitan city that is a cosmopolitan city as well.